G'day guys, Tim here from Grad Tests. This is another quick help video in our tips and tricks series. This one's all about how to practice good time management. So again, all the videos in this series are about mitigating risk, finding all those little factors which lead to you failing, and trying to systematically eliminate them one by one. So the first thing you want to know is how long do you have to complete the test? This may well be in the invitation email you've received to take the test, but certainly it'll be in the instructions page immediately before you start the test. And normally this will be around 20 to 25 minutes. You'll also want to know the number of questions you're expected to complete. This will probably be around 20 to 25 as well. And what you want to do is divide one by the other to give you a sort of time per question ratio. So let's say you've got 25 questions in 25 minutes. You're going to have about 1 minute per question. And you want to monitor this throughout the test. You want to make sure that you're hitting around this level, I would suggest. If you find that you're completing the test at a much faster rate than this, I would just dial back on how quickly you're going, because you're probably rushing and there's absolutely no need to. Conversely, if you're way below this, then I would really speed up, because you're going to be reaching the end of the test with unanswered questions, and of course that's a pretty bad situation. So just keep an eye on this throughout the test. Next point is to make sure you practice smart guessing. And we've got a video dedicated to this in this series, so you can go there for more details. But basically this comes down to two things. One is when you come up against a question that you don't know the answer to, see if you can quickly eliminate some of the answer options so that you're not just blindly guessing. If you eliminate some of the options, you're going to improve the probability of you guessing the answer correct, so that makes sense. The other thing to say is that make sure you enter an answer as you go. So don't leave any questions unanswered expecting to come back to them at the end, because that's risky, and it's also quite inefficient and slow to click through all the questions. Make sure you recognize when you've been given a question that is deliberately very difficult or very time consuming to answer. Sometimes the test providers do this almost as a test for you to see whether you can be pragmatic and skip the question or enter a smart guess. So you'll often get this in numerical reasoning tests where you'll have to do 20 calculations or something to actually arrive at the answer. You need to flag this early on in the question and know when to enter a smart guess to avoid wasting time, because all the questions in the test are evenly weighted normally, so you get 1 mark per question. So there's no point spending 5 minutes on one question and then 1 minute on everything else. It's just a waste of time. Final tip is to make sure you use all the time allotted. So if you get to the end of the test, you've selected an answer for everything, and you've got 3 minutes left, don't click submit. Why? You've got 3 minutes. That's gold dust. You can go back to the start of the quiz, review each question, make sure you selected the answer you thought you did, make sure you selected an answer at all, and make sure you didn't make any mistakes. This is really, really useful time to go and review your answers, and what's the point of not using that time? So definitely use all the time. So there's some quick tips and tricks. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below in the thread. Otherwise, if you're looking to improve your psychometric test score, I'd highly recommend going on over to gradtest.com.au and taking some of our free practice tests there to really help you improve your score.